Good afternoon, JW Leary students, families, and staff members. I'm trying to be a little efficient today and make one video that will talk about some changes to remote learning for everybody all at once so I don't have to make three. Because if you've seen my videos before, they're not very good. So I'll try and make this one as quick but as informative as I can. So we are going to do some changes to remote learning, and these changes start next week on Monday. Bad news, families. I saw some talking on Facebook today. The governor did cancel our spring break next week, so there is no spring break. So we're going to make these changes starting on Monday next week. Ruh-roh. There we go. All right. I have to move myself. So our plan, which is a great plan, I've seen a lot of the plans from around the area, and what we were expecting of our teachers and our students was really some of the most rigorous plans for remote learning, for really what we should be calling emergency remote learning out of anybody around here. We were posting new material every day, posting new lessons every day, requiring our students to check in. It was a really, really great plan. But the problem was when we wrote this plan, we were counting on a closure that was going to last until about April 20th. And as it stands right now, the closure is going till at least April 29th. And I'm not necessarily sure that anybody would be surprised if it got extended past that. So it was time to take a look at the plan and reevaluate things. And after we've done 3 weeks of this plan, we found out there were some issues that we needed to think about. First was, especially at the junior high level where we teach about 100 or 110 kids, each teacher does, it's really hard to provide feedback to all those students in the current plan that we had because they were always planning new lessons and new lessons and new lessons. And that gets to the second problem, which is if you've never tried to teach a lesson before, family members specifically, it takes a lot of prep time to make a lesson to deliver to a kid. And making them with technology, it takes 2 or 3 times as long. So there was a huge load on some of our teachers. Some of our special education teachers were teaching sometimes 4 and 5 classes a day. So they were trying to make 4 or 5 lessons a day, and it was very, very stressful, and a lot of planning work was going into it. We were also concerned about the workload on students. There's reports out there of students that sometimes it was taking 5, 6, 7 hours to complete all their classwork in a day, and that's just not what we're looking for. We're looking to keep a connection and to keep our work rolling, and we've said that to you guys on the staff a lot. But we don't want kids working that much during the day. And then the last thing is honestly, we're afraid everybody's going to get burned out. If you were to presume this closure was to go on for a long time, I'm not sure that students can continue to work at the pace they've been working at, nor am I'm nearly positive the staff can't keep up the level that they're at right now. So as a result of that, we're proposing some changes. And I did it again. I hit the wrong button. The changes, I have to move myself again. Uh, the changes we're proposing is really to move to a block schedule, which really isn't all that unusual for the junior high. We run on a block schedule anyway, except this one's different than our normal block schedule. You'll notice we didn't use red and white day because we didn't want to confuse it with our regular block schedule for all of our kids out there. So we're going to have an A day and a B day. And if you take a look at the screen right in front of you, you'll see that there's A day classes and there's B day classes. And what that means is on an A day, when it's an A day, the classes listed on that list will present or will give their new lessons. And when it's a B day, those classes will give their lessons. It therefore splits up the workload for the students into 2 days. And it also gives the teacher a day between new lessons to make sure they have time to do feedback and prepare for new lessons and to respond to their students. So that's what we're going to be moving to. And this again will be starting on Monday. So if you're wondering what it'd look like, it would look very much like this calendar I roughed together for you here. Next week on Monday, it'll be an A day. So the A day classes will teach. And since we haven't had a B day class yet, they won't be doing anything down here at the bottom. But once we get to Tuesday, you can start to see the pattern. On a B day, these classes will teach, and then it will be a review day for the A day classes. So these teachers will be putting out no new material, but they might be reviewing or reminding kids what is due from the prior day. And then the cycle just repeats for the rest of the week. And on Friday, we end on an A day. Just to be clear, the next week's Monday will obviously be a B day, and the pattern will keep going on forever. So I hope that helps clear that up for everybody so you know exactly what it's going to look like. So to get a little more detail on it, what is your student going to see? Well, now I'm going to switch my words just a little bit. I've been saying A day, B day, but A day and B day really talk about what group of classes are teaching on a particular day. So on an A day, certain classes are doing instruction. On a B day, other classes are doing instruction. What your kids are going to see is on an instruction day. So when the classes are delivering new material, they're going to see the same slides they've been looking at since we started this 3 weeks ago. It's the blue slides they have in every class every day. It'll look exactly the same. It'll go through the same slides, the same expectations, the same checks for learning, checks for everything. And you can remember, little mnemonic device if you need it, blue is new. Blue is new instruction. Now, on the review reteach day, which could be A or B depending on which class you're looking at, on the review reteach day, they're going to get a red slide deck. It's going to be much shorter. It's just going to be a review and a check-in with the students, and it's going to remind them what's due for the classes that they had on the opposite day. Red is for review. So blue is new, red is for review. When your kids open up their slides, you'll know if they're looking at new instruction or review based on what color the slides are. And that's for you too, kids. Remember, when you're on you'll know real quick whether it's new instruction or review based on what color the slides are. Next slide. So how, I get you're with me. So the big question you're going to have at this point is how on earth are we ever going to know what day it is? I had to move myself around a little bit. So for teachers, the answer is pretty easy. It'll be in my Monday morning email. That'll be the first place that you'll be able to look for it. So if you can see down at the bottom, and I've got too much stuff going on this screen, and now I just advanced past, so I got to go back to where I was. If I can do this, you can't do it. So I'm not going to put the arrow down there, but I'll explain it in a minute. At the bottom of my Monday morning email, if you see the green and the pink at the bottom, I'm going to label A days and B days down at the bottom of the Monday morning email. I'll also include it with my daily posts in my Google Classroom, so you'll always know which day it is. I'll keep track of A's and B's, and I'll just post them out for you. Now, for students and families, all of your kids are in my Google Classroom. I post videos every day. Your kids check in on those videos, and I will be posting it in there as well. So all the kids will have to do is come into my Google Classroom. The post at the top of the screen will have the date and what day it is, and then the kids will know what day it is. Plus, they're going to figure it out real quick when they get into their teachers' classrooms because they'll know by which classes are posting. So that's really everything we're doing in a nutshell. Now, like everything else we've done with remote learning, it's all new. We're taking a breath right now to understand that we need to make some changes if we're in this for the long haul. And just like everything else with remote learning, I want to remind families, students, and teachers alike, if there's problems, do not stress out about them. Simply let somebody know what's going on and we'll help you through everything. And again, I will share with you my numbers and my email. If you need to get a hold of me or if you have any questions about any of this, you can get a hold of me at my email, or you can call my school phone number, which is forwarded to my cell phone, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I hope this video helps explain this thing a little bit. Teachers, I'll be sharing the slides with you along with this email in my Google Classroom this morning. And other than that, if you have any questions, anybody, just email me and let me know. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week in week 4 of remote learning. Thanks a lot.